Welcome back to Football Manager 2024 with Rushall Olympic, Diamond in the Rough. If you're last with us, you would have seen that we managed to win the next two games after we ended up winning in the cup there. We ended up beating Warrington Town 1-0, Manafa getting the first goal, and then we kind of just coasted for the rest of the game. We didn't do very well. Our fans weren't very happy. And then this game, we ended up getting Jordan Brown to get the pen. We didn't really do anything. There wasn't really too much to be said about that game. Did have more in terms of XG, but possession-wise, we're just getting utterly owned by that. The only good thing is that our team cohesion is starting to work a little bit better. Our atmosphere kind of went down a little bit, but we are getting rid of some players as well, and bringing in some. So Mitch Clark is on his way out as well. Unfortunately, he's going to have to go. And we did say goodbye to Will Shurik as well. We had to, just for his wages wise, he's probably getting paid much more now. 210, that is more than what he was getting paid with us. It's more so just, and then we got rid of Jake Weavy, and it looks like he's on per appearance. Yeah, his per appearance, 275 appearance fee. That is more than what he was getting for us as well. And we got rid of Alex Moore. We might have got rid of him before you end up seeing him last. But yeah, unfortunately we ended up having to get rid of all these players. I would have loved to have kept a little bit more of them, but we definitely had to say goodbye to some of them to bring in some younger guys. Brendan Fuller looks decent on paper, but doesn't show that he has as much potential as what I was hoping. 4-star potential, but 2-star current, and currently division I think below us, and or maybe a little bit, maybe 2 below us actually. Yeah, they must be 2 below us, because oh no, 1 below. Currently in the, I guess, overall in terms of lower, but he is 16, so there's still a decent amount of potential for him. We did bring in a couple other guys as well, but we'll mostly see them when it matters anyways. Decent amount of ability as well. And in terms of finances, we are currently at around 30 million this game, or 30,000 in the hole, but our wage is looking a lot more healthy. Currently having around 185, so the more that can kind of accumulate as well with parting ways with Mitch Clark as well, who gets around 100 per week. And then currently our squad is, yeah, we have probably Hansbury, Lewis Hudson as well, but they're currently playing. I think the only one is Jordan Brown that we would even somewhat consider, but I think we should still be good. There's a good combination of players that are making a decent wage, and it's not really costing us that much. Obviously, the five per week is huge for youngsters, especially like Chris Jordan as well, that can develop into something a little bit more substantial. But yeah, we're definitely trying to make money that way, going through the youth rebuild, and while keeping still some of these older players as well. I don't want to completely get rid of them. I would love for them to stay as long as we can throughout this division. Anyways, I know all other contracts are expiring at the end of the season anyways. So yeah, we're doing what we can do in terms of the finances, because I know this is going to be a huge thing to get stuff from cup games as well, because there's a decent amount of money in cups. That's other than I guess sponsorships and stuff. Gate receipts is probably our number one. Match day income, season tickets as well. And then since we only played the one game, prize money is around 3,000, which is like 3,500, which it can be pretty decent for us. So that's what I'm hoping that we can get a little bit more of. We should be able to beat this team. They are in the league below us. So let's see the squad that we're going to pick for that game. And this is the squad that we've decided to pick against Hanwell Town, currently in the league below us. So we aren't going to take them lightly. We are going to play most of the starters that we end up having. So we have Hansberry in net, Christian Green, who's going to take the captain armband, Christianza, Jordan Brown, Hudson, and Makuna, Madam, Gosling, Coyle, Jordan, and Mayer. And then we have a couple guys on the bench. We have an extra guy than they do on the bench as well. Looking to see a little bit more out of, who is it? I think it's one of our youngsters there. Currently, they've tied their last four. So my betting thing is on us, but I do want to see a little bit out of Evans. He is one of our strikers, and I kind of want to see how well he ends up doing. He does have a decent amount of speed, but we haven't really given him a fair shot yet. Kind of giving Woodrow more of the look. And yeah, this is an away game. We should dominate. This shouldn't even be something we should consider. Attendance is 521, so I don't know how many of that is away. We'll probably see a little bit more in terms of the fans as well. But it looks like that's their team as well, so we'll see it more so when we're defending on the other side there. It does look like a decent amount of attendance. The stadium looks pretty good too. But so far it has been us, and we just need someone to get the go-ahead goal here. Almost getting it there off of a deflection, but 4 shots, none on target so far, and we're not even winning the possession battle yet. Hudson getting the first yellow, and yeah, there's not really much to be said. They got their first shot on target. Looks like we have a steady amount of supporters. They really like the cup games. We made a ton of money off of the last game, and it looks like they want to see how far we can go in terms of the FA, which I kind of doubt that we're gonna go that far, but at least enough to be able to secure one decent pay, which would set us up for the whole year. And a huge goal by Makuna. That was an amazing pass. I thought he missed it for a second, but it was a very nice through ball, and Makuna just knows how to bury it. He has been a great signing for us. And yeah, Gosling just finding him, beating the man on the inside, and leg getting an arm on it, but not enough to keep it out of the net. So still, yeah, I'm shocked by the amount of games that we aren't in dominant possession. It's a little bit different from the Luton save, where we do typically dominate possession. So obviously it's a lower level, and yeah, there's not much you can really do in terms of that until we start having more of like a cohesion. But that will happen over time. So we're just hoping to get as many points as we can early on, and then just add maybe 1 or 2 players, but it should help in terms of the cohesion once they're more familiar with each other and we stop making as many transfers and just bringing up youngsters anyways. But there's tons of youngsters that our assistant coach is just grabbing. As soon as we end up trading someone away or getting rid of someone, he signed someone for our under 18 or under 21. Hanwell almost getting an opportunity there and putting one in, but we just denied them early. And a penalty. That is not the way that we want to go here. Maybe that's why they have so many ties, because they bribe the refs. And currently tied. I didn't think they were going to put any in. So anyone who ended up betting on this game for both teams to score, there you have it. They managed to score. As long as nobody ended up betting a draw at this, I don't want it to go to pens. It looks like at least they have a midfield that is exhausted, but there are going to be 5 substitutions throughout this game, so we're going to have to we have a little bit more of a flexibility to not drain all our players, but we do need to get the lead early on or earlier now to be able to kind of play with those a little bit more. And Coyle finding Mayer and then Mayer just burying it. That is a good thing for his confidence. I've been on the fence of keeping Mayer up top, but he is our best player, and I imagine he is probably one of the better ones at finishing anyways and just scoring in general. But that was a beauty. Good pass for Coyle. Glad to see he's in my good books now since last time that he just decided to kill time during a tie game in a corner kick. I wouldn't be surprised if there's another penalty. Hopefully for us though. 2 minutes extra time. Everyone's rated pretty well. And they haven't really had anything to say. Bancroft is their top player, I know that. I think he's making more than what probably like half our team is making combined. So I looked at some of their wages beforehand and I was surprised that they were making so much. Coyle almost getting it. That would have been very good to end it on, but still happy with the 2-0. Currently not winning the possession, and even XG, it's very, very close. Don't know why they would be pleased with the performance, but I guess it is what it is. Green doing well, also Gosling and Makuna and Coyle and also Mayer with that last goal. All doing well, all in the sevens. We don't really want to disrupt that too much. Hudson might be the guy that we end up subbing out though. They currently made both their subs there. Yeah, so we'll make one soon. I think Makuna is going to probably come off, and Makuna Hudson, I think. Hudson, we want to see more of these guys as well. Makuna on the right. Always like Manafa. And then we'll probably do Coyle or Mayer after. Yeah, I kind of want to we'll probably end up moving Mayer to mid just because we'll probably need him in case this game gets to pens. But if we end up scoring soon, we probably won't, we'll probably sub him sooner rather than later. But still, it does look like, oh, there we go. Coyle ends up getting the goal there. He deserves it. He's been putting on a clinic this game. Oh yeah, and I was about to say, I wonder if our subs went through yet. And they did not, so we'll end up making them at 60, but we'll take Mayer off. Yeah, sorry, I end up accidentally clicking that, so we'll probably do it after this highlight, I would say. And then we'll just leave one just in case there's any injuries. I hope Mayer doesn't end up scoring because definitely don't want him to want the hat trick. So we'll take off Mayer and Callum Rowe maybe. I don't want to take him off, so we'll change around these a little bit. And then we'll have we'll have Suya come in, and our last sub, I think we're gonna just take off Jordan for Rowe. And then that should be it. And we're more so interested in seeing how well Evans does. And I don't really want to take Coyle off. He doesn't deserve to come off. He deserves to be able to play as much as he can this game. And he has the highest rating, so might as well see what he can do without all these players. But I would love to see Evans getting at least one shot on target, and that we get to at least see it. We know what we have moving forward with this. Gosling getting the shot instead, but that was a beauty. Good play by our defensive back there. Kushienza running up, managing to get the nice little assist there. Is he? Oh no, he's our right back. That's why. That's why he's up so much. So yeah, he's our right back, not center back, because we end up switching him to bring in Suya. I guess Suya could probably play center back too if need be at some point. Just give it to Evans. We want to see what Evans can do. There we go. That was not too bad. I mean, I would have loved for it to be a little bit more on target. And then just pass it to Evans now. Don't lose it. There we go. We have high hopes for Evans. And I don't know why they said that deserved to be a goal. I wouldn't have said that in the least. But we do win the corner here. 4-1. And no one can get ahead to it. Phantom to Crescenza. And it looks like this is probably going to be drawn out. Maybe another, maybe one more highlight, but I kind of doubt it. I think this is pretty much going to be it. But we're excited. Oh, as long as we don't concede here, but I think it shouldn't really matter anyways. More so just for morale, I don't want them to concede this close to the end. And that is it. Let's see how much money we end up getting from this game, because I am rather excited. Nice work, everyone. Couldn't be happier. And yeah, decent result. Okay, at least they're happy. They have been mixed over the last couple days, so we did get around 5.62 in terms of finances. Mayor ends goal drought. We'll just praise him. Why not? Gosling played pretty well as well. Did he get man of the match? I mean, he probably shouldn't have. I thought that Cole did a bit better. Let's take a look at our finances before the next game that we have, because we have another cup game as well. So 22,000 now. We're making a killing here. Projection is still that we're going to be in the hole anyways. So let's jump to the next game and see if we can win that cup game as well. We managed to win our last two games. The first one being Hereford. We were down 1-0, and then Makuna ends up leveling it at the 79th minute, and then Higgins ends up getting it at the 86th for the victory, and then we end up beating Alfreton in the cup game. Makuna ended up scoring just before halftime. It was the best thing that we could have done. We were away as well. We were projected to win it, which is kind of weird since Alfreton beat us, I think, earlier in the season. Oh no, we tied them earlier in the season. But nobody really wants to watch those games anyways. 488 for that and only 505 for that, which ended up helping our finances just a little bit. We're around 23,448, and the unfortunate part is we need to win as many games as possible, because currently Ronan Mayer is up for the end of his loan, and they do not want to let us keep him because apparently he needs a change of scenery, which I think is a load of BS, because he's playing a ton, but we're going to have to secure something else. I don't think we're going to end up taking Zane Myers, but our assistant just keeps pumping a ton of people that they want us to get. So we end up getting a player on loan here, and we are actually paying a fee as well. He can be recalled, which is rather annoying. He does look decent, but he's not worth paying an extra 2.8. I could get like 3 or 4 players with that, so I need to pay attention to everyone that he's trying to bring on loan, because if we end up having to pay a fee and a decent amount, like I think it's 120 per week, which, I mean, it's not out of our price range, but we don't really want to do that, especially if there's other possibilities that we can get. We are currently spending a little bit up below, and I think yeah, we have around 140 per week, so we could bring in probably one more player or a couple younger players or just appearance fee players, but for whatever reason, yeah, our system manager keeps wanting to send those players, or I think it's our general manager maybe that wants to send it, but yeah, we're not gonna budge on it. We're gonna have to keep the tight leash on him. But regardless, this is our squad for the Banbury United game. We have Hanbury in goal, Hudson, Brown, Benson, and Green as our D-line. We have Jordan, Mantum, and Rowe as our mid, and then we have Coyle and Makuna as our attacking mids, and then we have Mayer up front. might as well get the wins that we can now. We are going to be looking for a striker there. The only good part is that we might be able to grab a couple players with the amount that we're paying for his wages. I think he's around 340. But yeah, our general manager keeps asking for us to. We have 5 straight wins. I didn't even realize that. But he keeps trying to get us defenders. We need more strikers, and we need to take advantage of Banbury right now. They have a tie, 2 losses, and 2 wins. We're home as well, and here's where we are. They're in a relegation battle, so we should be able to beat them, and we are currently fighting to get a playoff spot. So it's a battle of both ends on this one. I feel as though we should come out on top, but we need the wins now because I feel as though our team is going to struggle for the first couple weeks without Mayor, and while we're trying to facilitate another transfer or another loan. Don't know if we can sign anyone in January, but I don't think it would really matter because there's no I guess transfer deadline or anything like that. So we can sign anyone at any point, but we're also dealing with a lot of teams just poaching our players, and I think for one of them it forced us to sign someone for a little bit more than what we wanted to. Just appearance fee, so I don't know if we end up playing him as much, but I think in the next offer we kind of let him go. But they're just going all after our under 21s. I thought that was going to be a penalty for a second. But we do like the emergence of Makuna. He was a great signing for us, and Hanbury as well. He has been probably the biggest one that we could possibly have done. But we're going to keep looking for players out of contract. I think that's what's going to be our focus before the next episode, because we just desperately need to think of the future without Mayor, and I'd rather be proactive than reactive. Currently, we are dominating this game, not in terms of possession, but in terms of chances. The XG is not that high, but do have more corners. Granted, we do have a lot more fouls, which I do not like because that gives us the likelihood of somebody potentially getting sent off. But we haven't really managed to score too many crosses or anything like that. And I thought that was going to be an offside again. I was going to lose it. Goal kick. Nothing to be said about that. Blythe are down by 1 there. I thought they were going to get like the instant promotion just because I mentioned, oh, they got the tie there. Just because I mentioned that we might have managed them. I feel as though it's just destined for us to rival for years to come. Halftime, nothing really to be said. We only had the 2 shots on target. That's obviously not good enough. And we might have to make some hard changes at half. We are currently, oh, I thought we were doing attacking. Let's go more of a positive approach. And Mayor just missing it. I don't know why he's just firing it from there. We're not good enough at this level to be able to do that kind of stuff. But as we approach 60th minute, I mean, Mayor is tired, and Makuna as well. So our top 3 players are the ones that are tired, and then Coyle making your job a lot easier and scoring that goal. Makes it easier for us to take off Makuna. Just because we have Manafa as well, and I mean, development is key. I just hope that we can keep a couple of these guys for next year as well. I don't want to have to completely rebuild this team. But I mean, it could be good. It could be good if we have to. And yeah, Mayor's just not good in the air. We need more of an aerial threat as well for our striker. I thought we had him the whole season. Oh, and then he buries it. I thought we had him for the whole season, and it's kind of rough that we don't. We're definitely going to make our subs here because I feel as though it should be safe enough. Blythe just going down by a goal there at the very end. Let's take off Makuna. We'll put him in Nafa. Higgins was the guy that was talking about his appearance fee. It would be around 200 a game. Manta might want to come off as well, but I don't. I guess. Yeah, we might as well kill Mayor as much as possible now. Let's put in Waldron. He might be the striker that we have to rely on. I know he does well in real life, but then Danny Benson's not doing that well. But Jordan Brown is tired, so we'll put on Cuscienza. And then maybe, oh no, this is probably it actually. Yeah, these are probably our subs here. Forgot that we weren't in a cup game or we weren't in a higher level. But yeah, Mayor we might as well beat up as much as possible before we end up having to get rid of him. But we're really going to miss that kind of finishing. Harding, I don't know what he's doing. He didn't even show any reflexes on that game. Brings us up to 6. That's a playoff spot. We're gonna have to scout crazy. It really sucks because a lot of the teams in that division won't want to allow us to grab their players just on loan because it's not competitive enough. And it's really hard to find these players. I find they're more likely to get the offers from the general manager there. But like I said, we're gonna have to tell them to go after strikers or attacking mids and stuff like that, as opposed to just straight defenders. Because I feel as though we're fine. Even Hudson's a bit on the slow side, but we did sign someone else as well for that reason. That we did train. He was in attacking mid. We trained him as a D. He should probably be good in time, but I mean it's not worth paying a ton of money for a lone player. Geez, that was very close. I do like Cuscienza as well. Green's been surprisingly good, but I mean part of the save I want to keep as many of the original Rushall players. I don't want to have to, I mean, get rid of all of them like it's a complete rebuild. Because we are at the level that they are playing at, so they are good enough to play at this level. Oh my god, Coyle. Wow. That's 2 for him. That was an amazing. Coyle is going to be with us for as long as we can allow him to. Jesus, that was a ridiculous curl. Top corner, that's the goal of the season. There's no doubt in my mind that that's the goal of the season. That brings us to 3-0. 3-0 with 6 shots on target, 3 of those being goals. And if we can get him if we can get our goalie the shutout here, I would love that. He has been pretty lights out. I really want Hansberry with us for the long haul. Would love to be able to offer some of these players permanent contracts as opposed to just the part-time ones. So I'm still not exactly sure what happens if they end up offering some of our players, like try and poach Hansberry. I feel as though it's probably just the appearance fee ones that they can go after. It feels as though there must be something that forces them that they can't poach our players like that midway through the season, without our permission at least. But we've managed to restructure, and it looks like we are soaring towards the top here. I mean, XG-wise, they weren't that far off, and we weren't expected to even score a goal at this point, but performing way above what I would expect, which puts us in 6th place. 6th place, and I mean, we are not getting relegated this season. I can say that with utmost confidence, especially if we end up having Coyle as well. Maybe he ends up emerging as our threat later on. Just amazing. And yeah, you were amazing, Coyle. We hope to keep the running form going. We will probably come back. Let's see. We'll probably come back, I guess, for the FA Cup. We're probably going to lose, but more money. And then we'll probably come back for maybe Kingsland. We'll do the top for Carlisle, and then we'll face off against Kingsland just before the FA Trophy there. So thank you everyone for watching, and until next time.